This area is just so pretty. Oh my god, this guy up there just looks so cool. Oh, I know I already guessed about this side quest during the previous episode on the playlist, but man, this part is awesome. Hello, what's gear to you, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In today's video, we'll be finally exploring everything there is to see in the Lanayru region. So without further ado, let's get this started. The first place we're going to be going towards is going to be located way over here. Make it sound as if it's super far away, but no, it's actually fairly close. So, yay, Link was facing the wrong way when we were doing the intro. Well, he was facing the right way, we were facing the wrong way because we are dumb. By we, I mean me. So without further ado, let's continue onwards. So, I should probably explain what my mindset was when we were doing these original videos because, yeah. If you're watching the order of the playlist, we're kind of going all over the place recently. And I do apologize for that. So basically my mindset was, when we were doing this at first, I was getting a little tired of being in the same region for so long, so I kind of just wanted to go off and do other things for a while and continue the story in other places. Now for the Hatanu region, that was a case where a lot of the stuff from the one particular side quest we couldn't actually do for a little while, so that one made a little bit more sense to postpone until later. The Lanayru region, yeah, there really wasn't much of a reason other than I kind of got burned out from being in the same place for a while. So, I think if I were to do another Let's Play of this, not another Let's Play, if I were to do another Let's Play of an open world game, I'd want to figure out a better way to make sure that doesn't happen again. But, that's something we'll figure out another time. I have ideas for other open world games I'd want to do as Let's Plays at some point. But, yeah. That's something that we'll probably... Would you get out of here? Stupid Lizalfos interrupting my speaking and stuff like that. How dare you? So anyway, the first place we'll be going towards is going to be located over this way. So there's going to be a tunnel right here. Ooh. Ah. It's a rock. And that's a dirt. Do you see that lovely dirt right there? Because that right there, that is very fine looking dirt indeed. I was talking to a friend who works on Jungle Cruise recently, and they were telling me something amazing that can happen. So you know the part in Jungle Cruise when you got the waterfall going, and you go behind it, and they're all like, we're about to present the 8th wonder of the world, the backside of water. So apparently if the waterfall's not turned on, but the ride's still going, they'll have like a backup joke in mind. They'll be like, representing you the 8th wonder of the world, the front side of rock. And I really want to go on Jungle Cruise again when the waterfall's not working so I can hear that in person, because that just sounds really funny. Okay, the first thing we'll be taking care of, there should be a familiar looking feller over here. Where are you? We're in the wrong area! Whoopsie doodle! I did teleport. You could have just walked there. Man, my pony's getting lazier than me. That's saying something. So, now we're going over this way. Because this is the area that we want to go towards. Not that stupid other area. Made me think of The Simpsons when they're all like, I love these Wednesdays. I love these Saturdays. But it's Wednesday. Ah! Work! I love these real Saturdays. Not like the fake Saturday that almost got me fired. The ironic thing is that nowadays I usually don't work Wednesdays, so that's kind of amusing. Anywho, this is the feller that we wanted to talk about earlier. How you doing, man? Oh, I was sure that I would be alone in the remote place like this. Pardon me for not greeting you sooner. Oh, it's you. Although I guess I shouldn't be surprised to see you here. I know a song about this place. Would you like to hear the ancient verse passed down in this region? Excellent. Without further ado. There are raisins in my toast. Raisin toast. There are raisins in my toast. Raisin toast at Waffle House. The Tempestus Bay from the song could be this very bay. What sort of wings are made of cloth and wood? It's a juicy riddle, but one I may never puzzle out. Take care, and may the light illuminate your path. There was a long, long time ago, there was a volcano. Something, something looking out the sea. He stood up high up of his bay, and something, 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 and it's a love story about volcanoes. Those were the professional lyrics to that song, and that's one of my favorite Pixar shorts ever. It's just so cute. Like, it's a love story about volcanoes. That's cute. I like it. So we're going over here now. So basically what the thing we'll be focusing on right now is that there's going to be this area right here. We basically want to open up the pathway so that all of the rocks in this place... Ooh, there are crabs down here. We want to open up the rocky pathways so that all the wind currents are kind of like going into this one place. So it's not super difficult. You just gotta know where to look. So take care of that. And ooh, a pathway opened. Alright then, so the next one is going to be down there. I believe there's one more left for us to collect. I think there are Koroks in this area. Let me double... Yeah, there's a Koroks in this area. So, if you're looking for Koroks within the Lanayru region, yeah, you'll be able to look on the Slay and things like that to find the Lanayru Koroks episode. So, that's fun. Yay, this Let's Play can be somewhat useful. And now that all of the wind currents have been activated, yay, we're the Wind Waker! Which, by the way, why isn't that game on Switch yet? Like, that's like the biggest no-brainer in the world. Why isn't that a thing yet? That annoys me so much, because, like, literally, it'd be the biggest no-brainer in the world to port Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD onto the Switch, but they haven't yet because they're dumb. And yeah, Skyward Sword HD is pretty awesome and all, but I want all of them playable on Switch, darn it. But, anywho, now that we've taken care of all that, the important thing to note is that you gotta have your paraglider open when you land on the platform. Because if you close it, the cutscene's not gonna trigger because the song specifically states to be in the bay and to glide over there and fly with the paraglider with your wings of cloth and wood to have them open. So yeah, that's the mindset behind that. Master of the Wind complete. Shai Yota Shrine. Yota. 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 I don't know if it's a Weird Al song or something else, but there's this one song parody that replaces the lyrics with yoga, or with Yoda. And I remember thinking it was pretty funny when I was a little kid, but I hadn't heard that song in a long time. But now we're going over here, and ew! Something that we haven't seen before. Oh boy. What? Oh, hey there. I was kind of taking a nap here, because I was sleeping. I saw you were taking care of the other Lanayru shrines and figured to be coming here anytime soon. Sure know how to keep a guy waiting. Anyway, here's a stupid orb. Yeah, you orb. What more do you want from me? Get the hell out of my house. No! I like your cookies! I don't have any cookies, I keep telling you! Then what am I eating out of your pantry? Those are dog biscuits! They're delicious! Awesome points if you get the reference. Anyway, so that's pretty much everything in this location, but I do want to talk to Cass one more time to see if it has anything else to say regarding the current situation. I say that as a bad thing that we completed the shrine, but you know what? Maybe it was a bad thing. Because who knows, that monk free, maybe he was a murderer. Maybe he's a guy that does murders on people, and letting him free like that was not a good thing. Where's Cass? Cass, hello? Buddy? You're not here anymore? No! I am so sad about that. He probably does have a dialogue that triggers afterwards, but I honestly don't care enough to check. Anyway, on to the next thing. Whoosh! Hi, Terrytown. How you doing? I can see my house from here, except not because it's in Hatino Village. I really wish there was a way you can have another house in Terrytown, because you spent so much time working on it to build it up and things like that, but then you don't even get a house there. It's like, come on, Bolson, why can't I have two houses? Anyway, so now we'll be going over this way, because our next objective is also something we could have taken care of a long time ago that I didn't feel like because I'm lazy. So we're going over this. Oh no, evil question marks, another exclamation points! Exclamation points are a lot more threatening than a question mark. Whatever are we going to do? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to run away like a little sissy baby. So we're going to be going down over here, over towards, what's the place called again? Ulria Grotto. I think that's Link's Awakening reference. Because there is that one place, it's like the Ulura place. I don't know, something like that. It's a little hard to see because it's like raining and stuff like that, but there's a grotto right here, and it's pretty cool. I'm sure if we cared enough, there'd be some treasure chests down here. And you know what? We do care enough. There's a singular treasure chest down here that I feel like collecting because I'm nice. Alright, somewhere around here. Again, for a reminder, I don't intend to demonstrate every single treasure chest in the game. I just felt like collecting this one because there's really only one in this grotto, and I felt like demonstrating it because I have nothing better to do with my life. I really hoping that once Stalos thingy jerk face doesn't come up here. I don't think he can, but there's still that paranoid part of me that wonders. I mean, he's kind of like bouncing around the water over there. Maybe he's like splashing around and having a fun time. He's splashing around and having a fun time and stuff. So, with all those shenanigans out of the way, now we'll be going over here and whee! We're flying, we're flying, we're flying high in the sky! So the next thing we would like to take care of, somewhere within this general vicinity, there's going to be a thing we can blow up. We want to make sure we're going to be over here because it's raining and... yeah, rain doesn't exactly work well with explosives. I am really surprised we didn't take any damage right there. I was really worried we were going to take damage, but nope. We walked away like an epic person. We're almost as epic as Mickey. And we're definitely more epic than the power of 2. Because honestly, at this point, I think it's more epic than power of 2. I feel bad because, like, I want to make fun of Epic Mickey 2 as much as I want. But, like... here's the thing, we made a gaming gallery for canceled Epic Mickey games, and I felt bad because I had some jokes in there that I was really happy with, making fun of the game, but then there were people commenting on it, sad that we were making fun of it, and they liked it. It's like, I felt bad, because even though I don't like the game, I know other people do, and I felt awful about it. Anyway, there's a modest test of strength in here. It's all stuff we've seen before, so... fast forward! Duh. If there's one thing that will change about the shrines in this game, Okay, two things. They're both involving the test of strengths. So, I would have probably not have so many tests of strengths in this game because there's 120 strengths in total, but a good chunk of them are just tests of strengths over and over again. There's not much that changes between them. So that's always a little bit on the unfortunate side whenever that comes up. But I think one thing that could have like solved this issue, I would have made it so that a set number of them are still major tests of strengths, so you can come back for them later. But it would have also scaled up the difficulty for the rest of them to match your current progress. So let's say there's 5 major tests of strength throughout the world, but the rest of them are going to be just regular tests of strengths. So when you start off with them, they're the simple ones, but then after you defeat more divine beasts and things like that, the difficulty of them scales up a bit, because the rest of the game does have difficulty scaling. It's not super apparent, but as you get more divine beasts finished, the more difficult enemies will start coming up more often. Like one big example that we could see that's pretty simple to spot. So the Yiga clan hideout, after we defeat that, that's when Yiga Blade Masters will start showing up more often. So, like, that's a good example of that. So I think they could have done that with the test of strengths as well. And now we're going to be going across a thing that's certainly interesting. So we have these 3 islands off the coast of Hyrule. Do you want to know what they're called? Do you want to take a wild guess what they decided to name these islands? So, we have a Davidi Island, Knuckle Island, Ankle Island, Tingel Islands. You can't see it, but I'm glaring and sneering at my screen. For those who don't know, fun story time, Tingel is my least favorite character in the Zelda series. I don't like him. He drives me crazy. I don't like the character at all. He has 0 redeeming factors, and I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if he has fans. I'm sorry. But Tingel is stupid. I hate him. He's my least favorite Nintendo character of all time. The fact that they reference him in this game is bad enough. But thankfully it's only a reference. So here's the thing about this game. Back when it was still known as just Zelda U, there was a couple of things we knew about the game. We knew it was going to be open world, we knew that it was going to be the largest Zelda game in the series, and that was about it for the longest time. So, we didn't know a whole lot about what the game was going to be like. And that was really cool. We didn't know anything about the game, and so when it eventually did get shown off as Breath of the Wild, it was like a whole new experience getting excited about the game. So, like, I remember during those years when we didn't know about Breath of the Wild and we still knew it as Zelda U, during that time, my biggest worry with the game was that Tingel was going to be in the game. My biggest worry was that he was going to be in the game, and especially if he was a partner, because I can't find it again, but I remember one big rumor that's coming around for a while was that Tingel was going to be our partner in the game, and I remember thinking, oh god, if that's true, my hype for this game is killed. Okay, I'm gonna turn off Dirk's protection real quick because I want to see if we can. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, that shield broke, but we can try this again. Okay, that's not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. Hide behind the rock. Hide behind the rock. Okay. Running away like a little sister baby. Go, 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 go. Gadget, go. Yeah, that was like my big worry with Breath of the Wild when we still knew that as Zelda was that they were going to find some way to include Tingel in the game. And while I'm glad he doesn't make a physical appearance in this game, it still annoys me that they named an island after him. And I know it's not that big of a deal, but still. That's like... this isn't a very good example because I'm actually one of the 5 people in the world who actually like Jar Jar Binks, but that's like if you were to make a new Star Wars movie, and... like, everything else is perfect about it, but you have a planet named Jar Jar or something like that. I don't know. That's not a very good example because, again, I'm one of the weirdos out there who likes Jar Jar. And it's especially weird because, like, I like Jar Jar, but I hate Tingel. So, yeah, I'm a weird individual. But again, thankfully, it's just the name of the island. It is just the name of the island. Nothing else. Is what I would be saying if DLC didn't exist. So this is something else that we'll be getting into a little bit later, because we're going to be waiting until after the main story of the game is over before we go after DLC treasures and things like that. But there's another Tingel reference in this game, and it's just sick. It is pure evil. But we'll say that for another time. As for right now, we'll be moving onwards and continuing on with our life. If you're looking for Koroks, there's also a bunch of, not a whole lot, but there are a couple of Koroks across this island as well. So that's definitely worth mentioning if you're going after that. Again, one of the buttons on the end screen will take you to the Korok episode for the Lanayru region if you want to go after that. So that's going to be pretty fine and dandy indeed. Alright, so we're going to continue climbing. Now, the thing is, if we're going just for the shrines, there's honestly not much to do on these islands. There's not a whole lot to do there. It is a pretty good grinding spot for materials, and this right here is a good spot if it's raining and you need to climb the area a bit more. This is a good spot to get a bunch of gemstones and some simple weapons and things like that, but... Wait. We started back on the same island. Oh, we just went in a big circle. We just went in a big circle. Alright, well, that's fun. But if you want a real fun time, try playing this area in VR. This game does have VR mode and things like that, and this area just looks really cool in 3D. So, yeah, that's something that's pretty interesting. I do wonder if Tears of the Kingdom is going to support Labo VR. They didn't really release a whole lot of Switch games out there that supported Labo VR, and it's really unfortunate because the concept is really cool. I think Nintendo could do a lot of really cool stuff if they really went all in VR, because it would be really cool to see what they could do. I think Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is probably one of the more interesting ones, because the Switch version of that game has like some Labo VR things that are pretty cool. Unfortunately, I can't record them at all because, well, they were kind of evil with that. So here's the weird thing about that. Super Mario Odyssey does also support Labo VR, but it doesn't work if you're playing on TV mode, which makes sense, even though Labo in this mode, like I probably show instant tone. So, yeah. This game, you could still play in VR when you're on TV. You can't do that in any other Switch game, though. Like, it just doesn't work. You can only do it in handheld mode in the other games. So, Super Mario Odyssey, you could still use the video capture button even when you're playing in VR mode. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, you can't. You think it'd be the other way around, but nope. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, you just can't do that, so... Yeah, you literally have no reliable way of recording the Labo VR levels to Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I was already happy with how the Let's Play turned out. If I were to do, like, a Let's Play Redux or something like that, maybe I'd want to look into figuring out a way to do the Labo VR recording things, but honestly, I don't really care that much. So, yeah, that's a fun time. And the interesting thing about VR in general is that one thing that I saw that was pretty interesting was that Sony seems really committed to it, which is good for them because, like, especially with the Horizon VR game that came out recently, they're going to do some really awesome stuff with VR. It's interesting, though, because the PlayStation Vita was kind of seen as, like, one of the biggest commercial failures for Sony. But, believe it or not, the PlayStation Vita actually ended up selling more than either of the VR helmets. So, it's interesting that Sony is still committed to doing VR, even though they gave up on the Vita pretty quickly. To you, set foot in the shrine, I am Mael. In the name of the goddess Hylia, my name sounds like the Kryptonian name for Clark Kent. Drop and rise, Kal-El Shrine. Doesn't it sound like Kal-El from like Superman or something? It totally does, doesn't it? Alright, so this one is a pretty interesting one. So basically the mindset behind this one is that we have like a teeter-totter puzzle thingy right there. So that's pretty interesting. But here's the thing. We still can't quite jump up high enough to reach that. So whatever we're going to do, well, luckily we have physics on our side, and physics usually are somewhat reliable, sometimes. Except they're not. Okay, what am I missing? And the law of Twilight Princess. If you see a puzzle and things like that and you're stuck on it, looking upwards is your best friend. So we have those things to take care of, so... the block being in the middle of the air is really funny. Whee! We did it! We solved the puzzle with physics, and we immediately fell. Gravity wins again. How dare you, gravity! Now, if we can figure out this puzzle that a 4-year-old could solve on their first try, let's do it again. Wait, how did I take damage? How did I take damage on that? Nothing hit us. Alright, well, we got a diamond, so yay! Diamonds are a girl's best friend. And we fell because of gravity once again. Gravity, how could you betray us like that? How could you betray us like that? I thought we were best friends. We made cupcakes together. We went on long walks on the treadmill. We went to Disney and stuff. And we also made cupcakes together again. And do you realize how much trust it takes to make cupcakes with somebody twice? I mean, basically, you're BFFs at that point when you make cupcakes on a plural amount of occasions. And you just betrayed me, and I can never trust another human being ever again. Because gravity is now a human being, I decided. What would gravity look like if it was a person? Huh. That'd be an interesting idea for a Pixar movie. Because they already did movies about like emotions and souls and elemental stuff. Maybe they need to do a movie about physics. Like, you have a gravity character, you have a space character, you have a time character. That'd be pretty interesting. May the goddess smile upon you, you weirdo. Talking about cupcakes and things like that. And with that, that is everything in the Lanayru region. So we've taken care of all the shrines, taken care of all the side quests, all the story progress, all the Koroks, absolutely everything there is to see and do in the Lanayru region. And it's really surprising that we're this close to the end of the game, but at the same time we still got a long way to go. That's just how it goes with this Let's Play. So I'm taking care of all that. We're in this video off here. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Your options where to go next. You can go over to the Akala region to take care of everything else over there. And continuously get hit in the head by Octar. Okay, where are you? You are rude and not... Okay, we're going to destroy all these guys, starting with this Korok. Okay, now we're getting the video off here. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Your episode to go next. You go to the next video in the playlist. We'll be returning to the Akala region to take care of everything else off over there. Or we can get started on some DLC stuff because pretty soon we are finally be going forward towards the Master Sword. And that's going to be your alternative option in this video. You can also look for the Koroks across the Lanayru region, or ignore everything and go straight for Calamity Ganon. Even though earlier in the playlist we're also going for something else, but again, we're taking into account that some people may be coming here from earlier in the playlist, so we're not spoiling things. Yay! Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until next time, leave the gator to you. Oh yeah. Ending this video off on Tingel Island makes me sick to my stomach, but this is still a pretty few though.